Yo, shalom, shalom, Israel. Good evening, good evening. Happy Feast of Purim. I pray all my people are doing well. It's the first day of the Feast of Purim, or also known as Mordecai Day, which I went into yesterday. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a crash course on it. Ain't gonna be long. I'm gonna run through this real quick. Let's go to Mark chapter 14, verse 3. All right. And being in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, as he sat at meat, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of ointment of spikenard, very precious, and she brake the box and poured it on his head. And there were some that had indignation within themselves and said, why was this waste of the ointment made? For it might have been sold for more than 300 pence and had been given to the poor. And they murmured against her. And Jesus said, let her alone. Why trouble ye her? She hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor, she have wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor with you always, and whensoever ye will, you may do them good. But me you have not always. She have done what she could. She has come aforehand to anoint my body to the burying. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel should be preached throughout the whole world, this also this woman have done should be told for a memorial of her. So whenever we preach the true gospel of Jesus Christ, the gospel that says we must teach the gospel to the four corners, the gospel which is the law, statutes, and commandments, to the people scattered in the four corners of the earth, those people are what you would call the so-called blacks, the slave descendants, the oppressed people today. And there are black. And when I say blacks, I'm talking about all those people that fall under the curse of Deuteronomy 28. So whether you got dark skin or not, if you're going through the curse of Deuteronomy 28, you black, you an Israelite, you the chosen people. Not a black Israelite, because ain't no such thing. It's the Israelite, because the Israelites just happen to be black. But, or when I say black, different shades of brown. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to do a crash course on Purim and give the sense of what actually it means. When I say what it means, why we do it. Because you got to understand. So let's start off with Esther, the chapter 3, verse 7. All right. In the first month, that is the month Nisan, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus. Now, of course, those people call the month Nisan. It's actually Abib, what we call it. The Hebrews call it Abib. But in the month of Nisan, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, they cast pur, that is the lot, before Haman from day to day, and from month to month, to the 12th month, that is the month Adar. So basically saying from the first month to the 12th month, all yearly, that's what they did. Verse 8, and Haman said unto King Ahasuerus, there is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of thy kingdom. Just like today, there's a certain people scattered about throughout all the world. Just like there was a certain people scattered out then, there's a certain people scattered around right now to this day. Let's read on. And their laws are diverse from all people. Neither keep they their king's laws. Therefore, it is not for the king's profit to suffer them. So he says they don't follow the king's rules. They don't. It's basically saying these people are treasonous. They don't follow our ways. They do their own thing. They don't even join with us. They don't want to join in our reindeer games. None of that stuff. They do their own thing. Well, yeah, of course we don't to this day. Well, take it back. Yeah, we do. Our people are fully assimilated. But right now, to how you compare it today, every nation knows there's a certain people scattered throughout the whole world. What they would call Negroes, whatever. There's a certain people that people think are cool, the rappers, the athletes. There's a certain people scattered throughout all the earth. Same one, except we actually now keep the king's commandments, even though, the ones that don't, they get that jail justice, or they get that police justice, police brutality. But anyways, what he's saying is our people are separate from everybody else. Back then, we held on to our culture, our customs, our rules, our laws. Before the Greeks took over, nobody else forced us to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? They allowed us to have our own culture. But in the time of the Persian, Medo-Persian captivity, we was allowed to do these things, all right? So, but he said there's a certain people, he said it's not good for you to allow them, because he says to suffer them. Don't let these people live. Verse 9, if it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed. So Haman, this Edomite, because Esau always starting stuff with us. They always, even back then when they wasn't even in rulership, they was over whispering, hey, kill all those people, because Esau hated us perpetually. People talk about it ain't about Esau and Jacob. Well, a lot of times all the heathen are against us, but Esau is the main one. They're always a ringleader, or they're always the one trying to get stuff going. Even if you go back in the book of Judith, if anybody's ever read Judith, you'll find out the Babylonians was in power. They had taken over, you know what I'm saying? And you had some Assyrian. We had an Assyrian Holofernes, and all his people there was Assyrians, but Babylon was over them. The point is, there was an Edomite that whispered, hey, surround them, take away everything they got, and then go kill. So it was always Esau and the council trying to destroy all of us. They always wanted to do that because they was jealous we had the blessing, all that good stuff. and Doeg the Edomite, go back in the time of day. You can always find, and I'm not big on talking about Esau because at the end of the day, I know we in our position because it's our fault. But let's not ignore the fact that Esau is always kind of whispering some little sweet nothings in the ears of the rulers. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Yep, Christine, your point. Yeah, Esau salty. Yeah, they're very salty. You know what I'm saying? Envy is the most dangerous thing on the planet. Well, one of them. You know what I'm saying? Envy gets. They always say in the world, a jealous N-word will get you killed. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trying not to say the N-word because that's part of vocabulary. But a jealous Negro will get you killed, or they will kill you. So, guess who was jealous? Guess who's always trying to get us killed? Esau. So Haman was an Edomite talking to Ahasuerus, who was the Persian king. He's like, hey, kill all those people. Okay. And the crazy thing is, Ahasuerus' wife at the time was Esther. You know, so he was married to, which was Hadassah, who was an Israelite. So he said, kill all these people. Verse 10. Let me read on. I'm sorry. Verse 9. If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed. And I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have the charge of the business to bring it into the king's treasuries. All right. And the king took his ring from his hand and gave it into Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the Jews' enemy. And he says again, the Jews' enemy. He's letting you know, which every nation's our enemy, but he's like, Haman and Agagite, which is from the descendant of Agag, was a descendant of Amalek, which we know the Amalekites tried to kill us all from the beginning. They ran behind us and started killing, old people and children. You know what I'm saying? They did whatever. So he said the Jews' enemy, that's who he was. So that was the point. I'm going to jump down to verse 13 to not draw this out. And the letters were sent by post into all the king's provinces to destroy, to kill, and to cause to perish all Jews, both young and old, little children and women, in one day, even upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month Adar, and to take spoil of them for a prey. Now, I'm going to do a class on this because right now he said he's going to kill them all in one day. I got a class coming. I'm probably going to call it Execute Order 66. And anybody that's ever watched that movie knows exactly what I'm talking about. Their plan was to execute Order 66. They was going to wipe out all of Jews. You know what I'm saying? All of Jedis. You know what I'm saying? They had to get rid of them. All right. So let's move ahead. Let's go to Esther chapter 8. Now I'm going to go to when we got delivered. I'm going to go to Esther chapter 8. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to Esther 7 and 10. Hadassah or Esther went in, talked to the king. She was like, hey, this wicked man is trying to kill me and all my people. You know what I'm saying? So, and then she said some other things to him, and he was like, all right, well, let's deal with it. And then Haman ran into her bedroom, and he was like, you trying to rape the queen too? And, here's what happened. Esther chapter 7, verse 10. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified. So originally they're going to have Mordecai hang, you know what I'm saying? And there's going to also, of course, execute Order 66. They're going to kill all the Jews. All right. So that's what happened. Esther chapter 8, verse 1. On that day, the king Ahasuerus give the house of Haman, the Jews' enemy, unto Esther the king. And Mordecai came before the king, for Esther had told what he was unto her. So Esther had explained, if you read through, Mordecai saved the king's life quite a few times. So now I'm going to jump down to verse 5. Esther chapter 8, verse 5. And said, if it please the king, and if I found favor in his sight, and the thing seemed right before the king, and I be pleasing in his eyes, let it be written to reverse the letters by Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, which he wrote to destroy all the Jews which are in all the king's provinces. So we were scattered throughout all these cities, right? He said, let's reverse that, because they first was going to, on that day, they was all going to kill us. He said, let's reverse it. All right. Verse 6, for how can I endure to see the evil that shall come unto my people, or how can I endure to see the destruction of my kindred? Again, you got people that love their people, their nation. They willing to put it all online for it. They don't want their nation to die. They ain't just thinking, oh, if I die, oh well. They ain't thinking, I don't want to die, so to preserve my life, I'll let everybody else go. No, they're like, no, I want to save my people, whatever it takes, because I love my people. All right. Esther chapter 8, verse 9. All right. Then were the king's scribes called at the time in the 3rd month, that is the month Sivan, on the 3 and 20th day thereof, and it was written according to all that Mordecai commanded unto the Jews, and to the lieutenants, and to the deputies, and the rulers of the provinces which are from India unto Ethiopia, and 127 provinces, unto every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, and to the Jews according to their writing and according to their language. So for everybody to understand, these rules are written out. I mean, the letters are written to deliver us, to save us. Oh, by the way, I see you, Sister Tanya Johnson. Hey, good evening, sis. Good evening, sis. Grace and peace be with you. Grace and peace. Happy Purim. Happy Purim. All right. And Esther chapter 8, verse 11. Wherein the king granted the Jews which were in every city to gather themselves together and to stand for their life. So the king said, hey, y'all come together and y'all get ready. I don't even want to say, I was going to say hold the line, but yeah, come together and protect your house. Now you fight for your life. All right. To destroy, to slay, and to cause to perish all the power of the people and the province that would assault them, both little ones and women, and to take a spoil of them for a prey. So he said, all the people that was meant to kill you, we're going to turn around and you're going to destroy them. And he said, and take all their things, take all their spoils, which means take their goods, their gold, silver, their clothing, their homes, whatever, their land, it's yours now. Take it over. All right. So upon one day in all the provinces of King Ahasuerus, namely upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar. Today is the 13th day of the 12th month. All right. It's the 13th day. Make sure I got that right. Actually, my bad. It's the 14th day. Upon 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar. The copy of the writing for a commandment to be given in every province was published unto all people, and that the Jews should be ready against that day to avenge themselves on their enemies. All right, so as what happened, I'm going to jump down, verse 17. And in every province and in every city, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, the Jews had joy and gladness and a feast and a good day. And many of the people of the land became Jews, for the fear of the Jews fell upon them. So again, so all these people had to, what happened is we celebrated, we had a great time, and everybody said, hey, we want to join in too. Hey, I see you, Kit Kat Sketches. Yep, shalom and happy Purim. Happy Purim. Hey, so, and when he says the people became Jews, the people are not dang on transformers. They do not, you know what I'm saying? They do not morph or turn into, they not Power Rangers. They don't get their little, it's morphin' time. And they don't turn into Jews. They don't turn into Israelites. If it's an Arab, which is an Ishmaelite, they're stay an Israelite. Saying they became Jews, they became as the Jews, like us. They started to do what we do. They dealt with us like that. They're like, all right, we with y'all. Because guess what? The king gave us the power to slaughter all of them. So they're like, hey, no, don't kill me. Don't kill me. I'm one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're going to do. You're going to save your life. Hey, I do. All right, I'm with y'all. I'm not against y'all. I'm with you. Yeah, that's what you're going to do. So it does not mean they actually became Jews. People, you got your goofy people and these people in Hebrewanity, or as a matter of fact, especially Christianity, we know they do it. They turn around and say that the Bible's for everybody and God's trying to save all people. He loves all people. So they'll like, see, you can become a Jew. No, you can't become a Jew. You born it or you ain't. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You born my brother, my sister, or you ain't. And if you ain't, you can't really become you can do what we do. You can be a part of our, follow our culture, part of our ways, but you ain't us. At the end of the day, I know you're not us because we have separate laws pertaining to you. It's things we can do. We can take interest from you. We can't do it to our own people. So you can never fully become us because that law is there. You're not a transformer. You can't go from Optimus Prime the truck to Optimus Prime the dang on giant robot. No, you always gonna be the truck. You can't never become nothing else. You are what you are. So hopefully that's understanding. I want to give a crash course. That is the Feast of Purim. All right. Matter of fact, let me read one more where he names the two because it's 2 days. It's on that's Esther chapter 9, I believe I want, verse 22. Esther chapter, matter of fact, 21. Esther chapter 9, verse 21. To establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month Adar, and the 15th day of the same yearly. So I read the 13th day is when we did all the slaughtering. And I almost confused me. And the 14th day is when we celebrate the feast. Today is the 14th day of Adar. Tomorrow's the 15th day. So yesterday, the 13th day is when the destruction of Nicanor. 15th day is that. So hopefully we understand. 14th day of the month Adar. Adar is the 12th month. That is when the Feast of Purim happens. And that's kind of, like I said, it was a crash course. If you want to get more deeper understanding on, read the whole book of Esther, and you'll get more on it. If you got questions, you know what to do. You got comments, disagreements, thoughts, comment. Let me know what it is, and we'll go from there. Hey, by the way, I just now peeped that. I didn't even see you on there. Hey, shalom, brother David. Grace and peace, man. Good evening. Good evening. Hey, your letter looked the same color as Katrina's Kit Kat Sketches emblem. So I didn't even know it's another person talking. But yeah, shalom, brother. Shalom. Good evening. Good evening to the house of David, house of brother David. Hey, so anyways, oh yeah, hold on. Got a question. Can you buy, sell, and work? Yes, you can. Absolutely can. You can buy, sell, and work on this day because it's not a Sabbath. It's not the holy Sabbaths are in. You're gonna find in Leviticus 23. Those are the Sabbath days. So it's gonna be a tabernacles, not dead tabernacles, not even Passover. Tabernacles. What is that day? Unleavened bread. Feast of unleavened bread, first day, last day. Tabernacles, first day, last day. Day of Atonement, and Feast of Pentecost, which is first fruits. Those are Sabbath days. So yes, you can buy, sell, and work. Let me see. Oh, I'm late. Yeah, all right, Sister Gabrielle. Yeah, you came on. Yeah, everybody be coming on when classes ended. But yeah, go ahead, go back and watch it. It's a crash course. It ain't that long. So, anyways, we go from there. Oh shoot, look, Kit Kat, Katrina will say it'd be amazing. I had to go to school. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all bet it would. But anyways, hey, y'all enjoy the day though. Y'all enjoy y'all's night. Enjoy the feast. Grace and peace, Israel. Like I said, crash course, Feast of Purim. I ain't want to hold everybody too long. And y'all enjoy the night. Shalom, Israel.